Hello there, fellow shipbuilders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Bounty Hunter. Episode 5, Finding the Right Parts for a Rebuild. Also, obviously, I didn't mention this, but if you hold a license, it does not matter if you bought it or not. So in the tutorial derelict, we had just found a license for 2 hours, and then I bought a 24-hour, and then we found a 72-hour, which had about what time is it? It now has 36 hours left on it, or 38 hours left on it. So it doesn't matter who bought the license or whatever, as long as you're holding it. So I have a license with time left on it. So here we go. Fuel reactor for 6.8K. Cooler for 3.8K. What's important here is that it is like new, meaning that it has been restored. The laser ray for 2.8, the pellet feeder for 2.8, the Atmo scrubber for 7.4, the O2 canister. So the O2 canister has refurbished used, but again, it doesn't really matter the condition of the canister. It's the gas inside that is selling, so it doesn't matter that it's used. The MHD for 6.5K, my old helmet and the other helmet for 1.6 each. And then the PDA with some sort of file on it that is worth 5,000, and then the cartridge that I didn't want worth 1,500. All in all, 44,000. Boom! That is some money. That's how it's done, kids. I don't know why I called you kids. I apologize. Got ahead of myself. All right. Another thing I want to do while I'm here is switch batteries, because my suit battery was down to 29%, and I can just use the free battery charging station that the station has here and stick my battery in there. The NPCs aren't going to take it from me, as far as I know. And if they did, it's worth like $100, whatever. Oop, I put my battery back in. All right, another thing I'd like to do is to now, all the veterans here know exactly what I'm about to do. Oh, are they not selling one right now? Wait, for real? Aw. Seriously? Seriously. All right, well, okay. That hurts my feelings. I guess I'll buy a equipment truck then. I was hoping to buy a Weber laser, but they're not for sale at the moment. And the next restock is, oh, goodness me, not till tomorrow at 1:33 p.m. Shucks. They seriously don't have a Weber? They really don't. Yeah, with 1.0, they made it more rare. I know. I saw that in the patch notes that the lasers are more rare. That's okay. I'll just keep checking. It will be like compression pants. So for reference, there's pants that you can buy that you can wear underneath your EVA suits that are compression pants, compression leggings that raise your tolerance to G-forces that are very rare as well. They're not very rare, but they're pretty uncommon. And I'd like to buy those as well. So I'm buying the equipment truck. And the reason to buy the equipment truck, and I'm not going to sell it to the barter zone. The reason to buy the equipment truck is this equipment truck here can help you move items, more than one item. So normally, if I wanted to move, let's say, oxygen canisters, I could only drag one at a time. This dolly has 16 slots. I could move 16 oxygen canisters at once, which is a wee bit more efficient than just one oxygen canister at a time. And then for shipbuilding, if you want to move walls, you would only be able to move one wall at once. But this thing has 16 slots, so you can move 16 walls. Or it has 16 times 5 for floors, right? So kind of helpful. I'm going to put my fire extinguisher in the spare parts bag so I can put the dolly here in my ship. Cool. Well, I have 50k left over. There really isn't anything else I want to buy here, I think. Actually, let me double check the scrap dealer. Or the... the crap dealer. I'll check the crap dealer. It has a towing brace, which would be pretty cool to install, but I'm going to hold off for now. I did mention wanting another ship battery, and this one is only... This one's pretty cheap, actually, so I'm going to buy this ship battery. There's 6 of them being sold. I'm going to buy one of those ship batteries and then repair it, so that I have 3 batteries, and therefore I don't need to worry about power so much. They do have, eventually, way down the line, as a bounty hunter, as a wannabe bounty hunter, at least for right now, I'm definitely going to want to be fit and strong, which means exercise systems are going to be way down the line important. Yeah, that's about it for now for purchases. Just that battery, and then whatever other parts I need for the battery. So if you send items to the barter zone, that means the battery I buy will be like transported over to my barter zone, which I don't want because it's broken. So I'm just going to buy it. Oh, I just did that, didn't I? Great. What not to do. And I literally did it. So it's right here. So in order to repair this, I need 3 electronic parts, steel, and a motherboard. So let's do that. Let's buy that. Motherboard. Don't send to barter zone. 3 electronic parts and steel. Steel. 3 parts. And it's on my person. Now I'm going to go fetch that battery, because I'm an idiot, and send it to the barter zone. I don't want to have to use up my oxygen for no reason, so I'm going to bring this back inside so I can fix it. Repair it up. Restore it. Plug it in. Pay for it to be filled, and then be on my way. The other issue I'm going to have is... Here, let me open my visor so you can see a little bit better. Oh, not that one. There's nowhere to plug it in that is hooked up to this network here. Let me do power overlay. There's nowhere to plug it in to hook it up to this network, so I'm just going to hook it up to, like, the other network that I know will be cut when the power's off, but I'm going to stop using that switch, because I don't really care to constantly use that switch. Have I gained physical traits? Yes, it does take a very, very, very long time. I know. It's a stretch goal. It's kind of like Project Zomboid in that way, where it's like, well, in Project Zomboid, if you want to go up a point of tough strength, you gotta, like, curl weights for a month. And a month in-game is, like, a hell of a long time. I'm aware. I'm aware of that. It's just because it is a... it's a stretch goal doesn't necessarily mean I don't want to be working towards it. So the current priority is find a derelict with good floors and walls. I don't really care about money. I have enough money to pay bills for the foreseeable future. So what I care about is being able to expand my ship in a effective way. And getting salvage as I do that is like, oops, that's not what I meant to do, is icing on the cake. If you open the control panel here, it will tell you like what your current load is for kilowatts and your depletion time. So I have like, you know, well, here, I'll show you, actually. Just show, not tell. So right now, it's Oh, it's actually not giving me a TT. Well, it's probably because I'm hooked up to the station. I had like 14 hours of depletion time on my batteries. Thereabouts. And I can raise that up to almost a day by filling up that last battery. Done. Okay. Very important. Close the doors once you're done. Because there isn't an automated system that will do that for you. And you will kill everyone on K-Leg and screw up your save if you don't. Before I do anything else, let's also switch the batteries out myself so I avoid... Well, I will decrease the chance that my character will do an automatic battery swap. In fact, I can do this. Do not replace batteries as part of the roster, and therefore I'm not going to swing open my airlock and replace batteries, completely disregarding the oxygen that's in my cabin, and therefore that won't happen again where I depressurize. Fortunately, it didn't matter. I have a Bingham suit, but if you don't have a Bingham suit and you're in a pressure suit, replacing batteries, if your battery charger is in your pressurized compartment or airtight compartment, is potentially dangerous when you're auto-tasking. All right, back out to the boneyard. There is a big cluster. Oh, that could be interesting. I know what that ship is, and that ship has good parts. Let's head here first, though. So there's a cluster of 4 ships, and I'm interested because it's just really easy to hop from one ship to the other. If one's a dud, you're not stuck with long travel times. We're there in 15 minutes going at 100 meters a second. I don't know if there's a lot of damage for me to repair left. Oh, there's definitely some floors. So let's do that. Oh, Dolly. Pick up. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to be able to cycle this without depressurizing if I do that. So instead, because I don't have a double airlock to help me with that, I'm just going to race to the next target and not worry about restorations. All right, here we are at the EHME, or the 80 Alpha. Oh, and it has an auxiliary dock and a primary dock. So let's do primary dock, knowing that we can take the auxiliary dock, assuming that it is not dangerous, like pirates or criminal syndicate on the ship. And once you build up enough like experience in the game, you will be able to tell from the silhouettes of these ships like which ones are more likely to be profitable and which ones are duds. You know, very small squares and rectangles typically are crappy. They're other coffin ships. It's potentially a coffin ship could still be a treasure trove. A coffin ship still could have like a PDA worth like 50K. You don't know until you go there. It's just less likely because there's fewer things there. It's small and doesn't have a lot of stuff. All right, here we are. Let's go to the damage overlay and go to default. And this is a giant cargo ship with very little on it. It's a dud. It has some bins. And it has the other airlock, which is going to be a very... Oh, and it has a Bingham suit charger. But apart from that, it's a dud unless the bins harbor some good stuff. So I'm going to cycle this airlock while dragging the dolly out. But I'm going to put the dolly down and check bins first. So for crates, I can pry it open because my character isn't feeble and unfit. Or I could, because I'm a hacker, I could just hack it open. And hacking is just you use your PDA to hack the pin code, and that's it. And that doesn't exhaust you. Because if you pry open enough stuff, you will get very tired. So there's an optical sensor. Oh, let's go to the price overlay. And you can kind of see the reactor core is worth something. And the secondary airlock is worth something. And basically nothing else unless there's stuff in the bins. So this is just reaffirming what I've already analyzed quickly. This like O2 can is worth something. That O2 can is worth something. This optical sensor is worth something. And like that's honestly about it. But I was going to do bins and stuff first. You don't need to. It's just how I like to do it. So I don't forget. Because I'm stupid. And if I don't immediately open all the bins first, I'm going to forget to. And then I could be leaving something really important behind. So there's two optical sensors here. Polaris and Polaris. They're both Polaris. Okay. Okay, so those bins are done. There's not even bins in this reactor room. Is that the only bins? I guess so. It really is a very empty ship. Alright, with that in mind, I'm going to uninstall this secondary exterior airlock. Because it is some items are just too bulky to ever fit on your dolly. And that would be one such. It's just bigger than the dolly. So it doesn't go on the dolly. Unfortunately, most of this ship's stuff is like that. The other reactor core components are also going to be too big to dolly. But not the O2 tanks and not the optical sensors, at least. Now this optical sensor is broken. I'm going to try to repair it with found parts. Which apparently I found a part like floating out in space, nowhere near it. But whatever. As long as it gets fixed. The suit battery charger is not bad, but it's also not that uncommon either. Alright. That O2 that one's kind of empty. I think that's all my O2. This turbo air pump is in good enough condition. I'll grab it. And maybe this thruster too. What? Shut up, game. It's like, there's not enough room. It's like, yes, there is. Shut up, game. Now, you can't restore things on your dolly automatically. You have to, like, put them back on the ground. So you can't do nested restorations for dollied stuff. Which is a bit of a disadvantage of the dolly, but, like, not a big one. On top of that, if I don't want to spend the time, effort, or energy restoring the O2 tanks, that also works, because I can leave the dolly on my ship with the O2 tanks intact, I can still sell the O2 tanks because it's within the barter zone, but because it's on the dolly, I won't be restoring the O2 tanks, so I don't waste the time. So there's also, it's a double-edged sword. It can be useful because I don't want to ever bother restoring O2 tanks. They're not worth my time, effort, or energy. So leaving them on the dolly so that I don't touch them is actually a bit of a benefit. Okay. Then the only thing that's worth anything left on this thing is the reactor core stuff. And that's too big for dolly, so... Oh, and also maybe the laser ray. Now, the issue I'm going to have is I don't have a lot of space. Again, I'm going to run out of space. So let's go to the damage. I'll have to grab some floors. I haven't found good floor or wall tiles, unfortunately. But I'll make do with what I've got. So... the reactor core stuff is 3x3, and there's 4 of them. So I have enough space for like a single piece of it. It's not ideal. So let's make some more room. And doing that, there's 3... Start with that. Or by 2x2 each. Yeah, sorry. Not 3x3. But it's going to take up some space. Because there's 4 of them. Fortunately for the aesthetics, this is the same floor type that I had from before. So it isn't going to be so much of a mix and match. Oh. Hit the wrong time controls. I did slow, not fast. Oh, Untime. 4th shift ends, and the change in the atmosphere is unmistakable. Now, this would make a lot more sense if I was actually on K-Leg, but whatever. Shipbreakers stop sparking their hand torches. Long-armed construction waldos drop their grips and drift away from the wrecked hulls. 2 clicks out, a cargo hauler cuts its reactor, and the entire rig burns down like a cold ember in the dark. Untime, the closest anyone out here will ever get to a Sabbath. 20 minutes and 48 glorious seconds welded to the end of a shift of shift 4. A seemingly insignificant stretch of time remaining like loose change after the rest of the hours are divided, counted, and spent. In the beginning, Untime was merely a quirk of the new celestial calendar. A more even way to divide the year now that humanity has uncoupled itself from Earth and its overwrought lunar calendar. But that was decades ago. These days, Untime is for rest, for conversation, for anything at all that won't turn a buck for the bosses. As for the managers who choose not to observe this fine tradition, 2 weeks ago, one of them fell from a labor barge and hit every ship on the way down. So basically, we're still on a 24-hour clock with an extra 25 minutes and 58 seconds tacked on to the end of 24 hours, which is Untime. So a standard day is 24 hours, 25 minutes, and 58 seconds long, and in those extra minutes is mandated rest. It's like you can't. So if I had crew members, if I open up this like 24-hour X thing here is like mandated free time. So I can work myself, but crew members could not work. Like you can't order them to do anything other than just like do whatever they want. Unless I like right click and force them to. But normally they're like scheduled for free time. All right, install hull floor. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. how many do I have? I have 3 more than that. Install 1, 2, 3. Well, I've more than doubled the size of my own ship now from its original footprint. The other thing I want to do is update the barter and haul zone. And the reason for this is you can automatically haul items fairly efficiently with the barter and haul zones tagged on. And I'll show you how that works in just a moment once I'm done installing this stuff. So, let me go back to that zone. I'm going to remove the 2 spots where the helmets were, and instead add the entire dolly, because the stuff on the dolly I want to be able to sell too. And then I'm going to go to my visor zone overlay and highlight the reactor cores. Then order for loose, haul, that stuff. And then if I... Now, as you can see, the reactor cores have haul tasks appended. So if I, like, leave my character alone, what he's going to do, or she, sorry, is automatically grab one of these reactors and haul it out to my haul zone. Because reactors can't be dollied. So I'm now automatically hauling those items one at a time, albeit inefficiently, but one at a time without input. And this is really important to note because when you have multiple crew members, this is absolutely the most effective way to issue orders to your crew members. To just give them a large sort of like do all of these tasks batched and they'll automatically do it. I cut a hole in the hull so that I can do this a little quicker. I have no idea why I'm not doing the last one. Character got stupid towards the end there, but there you go. There you have it. Automatic hauling in all of its glory. One last sweep through. I guess this turbo air pump I'll grab. Couldn't hurt. Basically already fixed. And that's... and I'll grab the laser ray. And that will be everything. Cool. We have cabins oxygenated still. Cool. So I can take off my helmet and spare my ox bottle. Now the O2 bottles are very, very inexpensive. So it's I could stay in suit all the time and not worry about pressurization. I'm just choosing not to as a personal preference. But I'm not saving myself very much in that executing that preference. I just want to make it known. Like you could just decide, oh, I'm not even going to bother with a pressurized cabin until I want to sleep on my own ship. Like that would be maybe the first big reason to pressurize your cabin is so that you can sleep for free. Because if you sleep at K-Leg, you owe them fees for docking for the entire duration of your sleep, which makes it more expensive. So bye-bye, Plasma Mushroom. What a weird name. I'm going to be on a near pass with this ship here, but I won't hit it. But now I'm within 5 kilometers of this one that I want to dock with next. Yeah, gotta pay the sleepy tax. Now, there is a way to avoid the sleepy tax, which is eventually you can buy property on K-Leg, or basically everywhere. There are, like, apartments for sale, and those apartments are powered and oxygenated, and you would be able to sleep on a station, too. It's a goal that you can work towards if you want to buy property. It's just expensive. The apartments on K-Leg are worth, like, $8 million. So... Really? Really? Your name is Bodie McPokeface. Okay. Sure. Whatever. Bodie McPokeface. Oh, good God. You blew up. You blew up in the most fantastical explosion way possible. Well, this ship has seen better days. More like Bodie McNo-Face. Just like last time, I'm going to do bins and crates first. But the reason I came here is I was familiar with the footprint of these ships. These types of ships have mobile light. So these floors here are mobile light, meaning they're lighter than normal. And then the orange ones are as well. I'm going to grab the non-orange ones, and that's going to be like my desired design for the ship. Also, I'm alone, right? There's no... I don't have heat visualizers, but yeah, I don't see anyone else. Because I wouldn't want to start exploring a ship if there was like hostile elements aboard. I like how there's a crate full of WorkSafe posters. Like, yeah, you didn't really listen to that, and you died. Oh, a gun. It's not worth much, and they're very common. So even though, like, having a gun sounds really cool, it can wait. Because our ship is not going to be a marauding, bounty hunting ship just yet. There's... Oh! Well, but having a spear wouldn't hurt. Spear is a pretty good weapon. It's not a katana, but it's pretty it's better than fisticuffs. One of the advantages of, one of the disadvantages of weapons like these is they're too bulky to put down anywhere, so you kind of have to hold them. There are some weapons like billy clubs and baseball bats which can be put in a backpack, but like spears and katanas cannot. So once you have it, you're kind of stuck toting it around. Because you can't, as you can see, it doesn't get put away. So it does fill my offhand. But, like, probably for the best. Because I don't want to be unarmed in a pirate fight if I find myself fighting. The price visualizer is probably going to make it easier to find these bins. So I'm going to turn that back on. It's way easier to spot them. Because this ship is, like, absolutely chock full of debris everywhere. So it's in my best interest to make it easier to find the important stuff. There's probably nothing in these bins, but I'm going to check them anyway. Yeah, pointy sticks work very well against pirates. Your average pirate is like a asthmatic, unarmed idiot. Again, average. Not all of them. Some of them will be legitimately dangerous. Oh, wow. A broken PDA. But with still mass viz on it. So the cartridge on it is worth way more. Well, the PDA itself actually could have data on it. So I'm going to repair this. Because it could have some files that are worth a lot of money. I mean, we already found one with a $5,000 file on it. So. But that's a new feature. It used to be that PDAs were never found broken. They were found intact and hackable. But there we go. I don't know what files are on it, but I'm going to keep it. And sell it. Oh, another textbook. Civil engineering. Sweet. Did I search these back here? No. But I searched those, yeah. Alright, let's keep going. There's nothing down that way except for coveralls to search. Technically, I didn't search this pressure suit. I don't really need to worry about proximity alarms because I'm already boarded with the only airlock this thing has, so it's not like anyone else could come visit me. Whereas if there's a secondary airlock, there's like a non-zero chance that you could have a visitor. Although, realistically, it won't happen. And here's another one with pressure and heat viz. So heat viz is useful in seeing if there's like life signs or things like life signs. I say that because not everything that has a heat signature is alive. So when you board new ships, you can very quickly tell if it's occupied or inhabited or whatever. Okay, that is all the bins. Yes. As you can see, there's like maybe an O2 tank. Like, there's basically just one O2 tank that's worth anything. So I'll just pick that up and drop it into the dolly. Yeah, you've had a NPC dock on the second dock. I've had it too. It just doesn't happen very frequently. And the only other time ever have it happen, it was not. It was a shipbreaker. It was not a pirate. But it's hypothetically possible that if you have a ship with two docks, that you might end up with like a unwanted visitor who wants to turn you into Swiss cheese. All right. So the other thing I want to do here is these floors here are mobile light, and they're not like hideous bright orange, which is completely a personal preference. The bright orange ones are also 5 kilograms per tile. They're just hard to look at. So visor off, orders, uninstall floor. There we go. And these are floors, not walls. This entire ship is mobile light walls, basically. So the walls are easy. But I'm grabbing the floors because these are floors that aren't ugly and are lighter. Game seems complicated? It is. To some degree or another. You like the orange? Orange is a little gaudy. In my opinion. My very... opinion that I'm not like an interior decorator, so what I'm trying to say is my opinion doesn't go very far. Fortunately, or rather, I don't highly value it. Maybe that's the way to put it. Okay, I'm full. I can't pick it anymore. What? Put that down. So, I'm going to do... What are these? Mobile light floor Bs. Okay. Install hall. So there's a lot of missing floors in the walls of my current ship that I'm going to install floors on because I'm going to want to increase the... I'm going to want to expand my ship, and I'd like to put floors there so that it keeps pressure. I might end up installing... While I'm installing this stuff... Oh, God, who is coming? While I'm installing stuff, I'm very likely to vacuum out the inside of my ship, and that's fine. God, auto-pathing here is like having a heart attack. Oh, because my inventory is so full. I don't need a structure. Stop. I don't need a structure cutter. Was it the wrong kind of floor? Oh God, was it? Yes, it was. That explains it. This is the orange way, not the floor B's. Okay, let's try that again. Orders, cancel, all of that. Hall. Mobile light floor B, here it is. So what was happening there was I picked the wrong kind of floor, and I didn't have room to pick up the floors that I accidentally had chosen. One existed, but I didn't have room for it, which is why my character was like, I don't know what to do, my hands are full! And they were freaking out as a result. So I'm expanding the, underneath all the walls that were there were no floors underneath. So if I want to expand the walls out, I need to put floors where the walls were, because when I remove the walls, then there's nothing there. It's just a hole. So I'm putting the floors in first. I know there's a few spots here that I don't physically have access to. And then I'll start growing the ship. And what I'm hoping to do is add more volume so that things aren't like a big clustered mess Jenga'd on top of one another, and it will allow me to then add important systems like pressure and oxygen and sensors and stuff like that. All right, I've got 8 left. So install, pick the right ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I did these wrong, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be grabbing more floors and growing it. Oh, this is floor A. Oh my God, seriously. Good Lord. I tried. I tried very hard. But I'm not good. And I'm sure to make that mistake 20 more times. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Bounty Hunter, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow shipwreckers.